We are. Oh, let me take this out. 1 second. We're back again. Back again. It's another batch. We're back to. It's been another week. How you man doing? Hope you man are doing well, man. Cause I'm doing fairly alright. Oh, this pee looks a bit messy. This is slightly better, so I'm just gonna rock this to make the audio better. So today's video is on. 1 second. Today's video is about perspective, and I'll be talking mainly about looking through other people's eyes. And just looking for other people's perspective on things, or just how your actions may be affecting other people. So last year, my brother and I went for this program called, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called, but we went for a program a bit far from Florida because that's where we were staying at the time. And in that program, it was like one of those programs that you come in to like fix your mindset, or just like fix a bunch of stuff, just like elevating as a person in general. So we were there at a conference for a few days, or at the conference we got to one of the parts where they kept talking about your ladders. I think, can't remember what it was called. I think it was your ladders or something like that. But essentially, it was these things that you've held on to for a long time, and you've allowed them to feel certain emotions which affect how you behave in certain situations or how you behave to certain people. And while we're there, there was a whole talk about whoever it was. I can't really remember the backbone of it. But Shasha, at the end of the exercise, like in the middle of the exercise, they told us to leave, and then like to free yourself from all that baggage that you're holding, you should contact whoever you feel like you're holding baggage with and like talk it out. There was a particular format they'd given us on that day. But I'm somebody who normally rolls around with my mind to be fully clear. So even if I do happen to be holding certain baggage, it's one of those things where I don't know that I'm holding it. Or I've been holding it for so long that I'm so used to holding such baggage. But then while we're at this event, during the break, my brother and I went to go sit down, and he was like, we need to talk. So we sat down, and he opened up about how he did not feel alright, or he did not feel okay with how parts of our childhood went. Because I was one of those who normally was like, at the end of the day in life, I've only got eyes for myself. So I was quite the selfish one, innit? So he was like, I didn't appreciate how, whether it was whenever it was my turn to do a certain task, that I would, whether it's avoid it or when it's time to divide the task, I would put me there to divide it, and most of the task would fall on him. Or because he feels the need to, because he was the oldest, and he was raised to be like, okay, if something's not being done, then it would fall on his head. Then he'd be like, okay, since I feel like he's not going to do the task well, I'm not going to ask him to do it even though he's supposed to do it. If you guys catch my drift. And I feel like this had really accumulated into a lot of baggage that he held against me. And that day we had spoken about it and we had really sorted it out. And it's one of those things where you never know how your behaving is affecting somebody else, because not everyone is going to vocalize how they feel. So I would always implore, I don't know how that word really works, but I would always suggest that it's always best for you to speak your mind. Speak your mind, and also watch for others, because you don't know how other people feel you don't know what people are going through. So it's always something where you should watch how your actions affect other people. Because you wouldn't appreciate if certain people were acting a certain way towards you. And let's say in that scenario you could not open your mouth or you could not vocalize how you felt. And then it would just be an accumulation of certain negative emotions that you'd be putting in the other person, or that you'd be feeling in that case, since you've decided to not look at how other people are perceiving your actions, or like being affected by it. And it's not a thing where I'm saying you should now inconvenience yourself to convenience others. However, it's a thing where you would know what to do, like in that scenario, most of the time. If you allow yourself to listen, and you would know what to do in that scenario. Yeah. So I would say that you guys should just be careful about whatever you're doing, because you never know how what you're doing is affecting the next person. Yeah. If you might have any like similar experiences, just drop it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Talk to you in a bit.